What's up, y'all? Happy Wednesday, and welcome to a new episode of Transcending the Culture. Got your boy James here, and I am with the Queen, with Cat Queen. Listen, y'all, we are happy that y'all are here. I swear to God, we have the most technical difficulties like that. We're ready to launch, to start the show, and I'm like, okay, my internet fucked up. I'm running around. I'm at my mother's house. I'm trying to run off my phone. Like, I've never been on the internet on this laptop at my mother's house. I had to go and get the Wi-Fi code and all of that stuff. And there's so much stuff going on. We popping in and out, but I think we got it together now. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy that y'all are with us. It is a monumental event today. First of all, our guest speaks for it all. So that's like number one.
Dope guest for sure. Mm-hmm.
Our guest is listen, we on point. If we ever felt like we was doing something, we doing something tonight. And like, this is like really, really dope. Like, not negating the awesome people who we have had on here all week. We had 2 shows yesterday. We did. Listen, we've been all over the place. But our guest tonight is just bar none. Like, she is it. She's it right now. She's been it for a minute, but she's it right now. So that's number one. But then today's episode 100. And for all the stuff that's going on, it hit me yesterday. Like, it's episode 100. Cat, like, this episode 100. Like, what's
I know. I was looking at that. I was going back, kind of looking at the videos and stuff. Shout out to our youngest transcender, baby Dalen. I don't know if you're watching, 5-year-old Dalen. He actually had been going back watching all our old shows because he's in Texas and he said he missed me. So he was, asking me about stuff like, well, who is this person and who is the, calling me like, oh, well, how do I get their YouTube? What's their YouTube and stuff?
I see Kathy on there.
Yeah, you see, listen, our I'm not gonna say our oldest fan, because I know we got some ones.
Yeah, that's the cupcake lady, and she showed up trying to sabotage me last week with that whole pan of cupcakes. Like, I'm so mad that I ate 6 of them. But
cupcakes was official, Mom. Love you always. But I was just kind of going back looking at all of our old videos and where we started from, and I joined at episode 10. It was just so nice to go back and see and just where the technical difficulties, where that song came from, because
listen, Tiffany and that damn dog.
Tiff's dog.
You'd be like, Tiffany, put the dog up.
My camera was on delay. I'm on delay. I'm muted. Don't know what's going on. Love you, Mom. That's our biggest fan.
Remember when Levert was on there? Joe Little and Dave and we kept hearing that dog like, it's like, Tiffany, do you have the dog in the room? Like, Tiffany, put the dog up. Every week it was like,
she was like, he want to be in here with me. It was just so funny. But just seeing how much we've grown and just how much of our interview skills, how far we've built on our family. Absolutely. So thank you to everybody that's been here, and especially all our guests that have helped us make it to 100.
Absolutely. Like, we have had a lot of amazing guests, and if you look even back at yesterday, like, we had 2 comedians on yesterday. We had John Bruton. And then we had legendary Sean Harris, who is the nephew of Robin Harris. So he was on last night.
That's
we've had
crazy to me.
Yeah,
I love Robin Harris.
Whitley
Cam Whitley.
So many people who we've
had.
Coco
Brown, Coffee Brown.
Yeah, Coco Brown.
Listen, we so many different people, monumental people. And then last week we had Big Hef. And Big Hef gave us a rundown on the whole rap game, from Cardi B to Megan to Mike Jones and Chameleonaire, and I was just blown away. So it's only up from here. And we cannot forget the wonderful Dondria.
Right. Dondria was here last week.
You know, I'm gonna keep singing that song over and over because I never get over Dondria.
She might be mad at you because you really did hit the note last week. Yeah, she might be mad at you.
Listen, hey, girl, you made that song too good. I have to sing it for the karaoke. Down off at the karaoke. Yes, I do. And I think guess tonight, I got some new songs. Listen. I can't wait. Now, y'all know I've been on my music tip, finding the greatest artists, the newest, freshest artists. And so this one right here ain't to be played with, okay?
I just think it's really dope. Like, you know, obviously, like, I'm blessed to have been doing interviews and working in media it's been 24 years now. And I know I look like I'm 30. I know. But I've been doing this for 24 years. I started in 2001. I actually started with Big Hef. When I started at 93, Big Hef was at 93. So like we go all the way back like 24 years. And like for me, it's really good to be able to support my friends, to be able to support just people around the city who are doing it, because that really was the biggest thing when I launched. And actually it was Urban Connections first. So when I launched that in 2003, I was like fresh off of trying to do a website for Bone Thugs. And I think I told you I put this whole website together and I put a proposal together and then went and did like the fan shit and staked out and found out where they was, proposal in their hands and all of that jazz. And I think all I really wanted out of it was to be able to actually reach them and put it in their hands. So I was successful with that. While it didn't go anywhere, that's what ended up becoming Urban Connections. And then that went for like 10 years. And then I, rebranded as Urban Grandstand. But it's been a lot, man. And I'm just happy to be able to do it, with integrity, and just to be somebody out here who has been a force. And like, I'm always trying to get the biggest and the best people on here. But then also we bring up and coming on too. Whether it's musicians, whether it's actors, whether it's entrepreneurs, like everybody. Because it's all about uplifting the culture and just doing something bigger for the culture that's not really being done out there. So I'm appreciative to you. When you and Tiffany stepped in here at episode 10, it was like, I didn't necessarily know where the podcast was going to go. And the reality is I didn't have any experience with being live on camera. Like I always was behind the scene. So I was like if you look at the episodes 1 through 9, I was like a deer in the headlights. So if you look at those, you probably would be one of the many people who was like, what the fuck wrong with him? Like, what is this? What is he looking at? I know what was happening. It was a big transition for me. And in all honesty, I didn't know where the podcast was going to go. I just knew that I had been in media. I knew you had gone to school for journalism and graduated, and you was trying to do it. Tiffany has been the rider. So like Tiffany gonna be there regardless of what capacity we have her, and Tiffany is always gonna be there. But it's cool for it to be a family thing. And a lot of people, Tiffany kept calling it family podcast and all that, which I guess in essence it is, but it's really not. Like that's not what we want to be known as. But it's cool to be able to do it with your blood and with your family. Right. And like we both have the same passion, the same ideas, the same drive. So it makes it all the better. And that's why we have been as successful as we have. Like even in the last 25 episodes, like we have been mad successful. And it's because it's a passion for both of us. So I'm saying, you get me out. I would have never been in the blog shop on a Monday night at 10 o'clock. I told John yesterday, I was like, man, I was sleepy. But he did a bomb show. So it's like, I was like, shit, they can't keep me up at the Funny Bone. If I go to the late show, I'll be in that. Like,
true story.
Oh, you know what? And I think he knew I was back there snoring too. What's his name? He knew Kiki.
Benji
Brown. I think he know I was snoring back there because his last 2 shows I was asleep. But I said I ain't never going to the late show no more because I'm getting old. Even though I look 30, I'm getting old. Like I just turned 48 last week. So
Uncle Grandpa.
Uncle Grandpa, I claim it. Listen, I claim it. I embrace it. It's all cool. But I love you, Kat. I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
100. We can get to episode 200, but I'm gonna shut up because we got to get our guest in here. And like she's sitting down at the bottom. I see her laughing and stuff, but we gotta get her in here so that everybody can see and everybody can see that we weren't lying about having this guest over here. Because some people was like y'all so full of it. Y'all ain't got. Listen, we getting the biggest and the baddest and the best. Mm-hmm. So all that being said, I'm really happy to bring this young lady on. It is, obviously me being born and raised here in Cleveland, like get started in media all these years ago. My big thing was to be able to push people here in the city. Obviously we've had the Bones, we've had the Lerts, we've had like so many people who have come from Cleveland, whether it be music or just entertainment as a whole. And it's cool, but I don't think that there's ever really been a lot of people who have really supported the talent that we have. And you got a lot of media venues here that don't really touch our people. Like they be outside the city and they do other stuff. And sometimes stuff, but that's been my big thing, like the entire time, regardless of the major people that I've done and that type of stuff, because I absolutely need the big celebrities to be able to, make it legit and make it look the part, that sort of thing. But I always have tried to figure out a way to bring it back to the people here in the city. So it makes it so special with our, because I know she's been out here grinding. Like when I look at the album that I was talking about that she was on for Mookie Matonio, that album dropped. Time fly. I feel like it's been 3 years, like since that album dropped, and like he has been a major supporter. Like he's been a major supporter. Bone has been a major supporter, and obviously he's up under Crazy Bones label, the Life Entertainment. So anything that he's done, he's come on the Entertainment Plug, which is now known as UG Live for all of the people who are newer to UG Digital. He came on there and he's done that a number of times, and it's like I can kind of reach out to him and just say, hey, come on. Or can you come on? And he'll come on. And I tell people when they would come to the station, like, just pop up. If you come and pass and I got a show going on, just come. Just pop up. Like, we ain't got to do no red tape. We ain't got to be calling, trying to get on the list or whatever. Like, I want those relationships with the people here in the city so that they know that somebody is genuinely supporting them. So it's really, really cool to bring this guest on tonight. Which I'm just cut it right there and just bring her in. So if all of you guys who are watching, I see the people on YouTube, I see people on Facebook, I see people on Twitch, like the numbers are going up, and we love that too, because we've been pushing at this and be trying to get these flyers right so that they look good, so that y'all come and really check us out and all that stuff. So all that being said, please help us to welcome our guest tonight, Nefertiti Avani.
Hey.
So I'm going to start off again by saying thank you. It's everything to me. Like short of crying. Like
don't make me cry. No.
and listen, I'm a little bit. So I be am the emotional one. So like I can turn it on in a heartbeat, but I'm gonna keep it together and just say thank you. Like you coming on the platform is everything. Like this is all I have wanted to do my entire life. So like junior high school, like I actually wanted to be an A&R. So that's why like I took to Big Hef when I first met him at 93, because it was like, man, this dude is doing it. Like he's doing it. I want to do what he's doing. But I was like super shy at that time. I ain't talked to nobody. So the 2 years that I was at 93 and he was there, we probably talked 3 times because I was say whatever. But over the years, like growing and really coming into who I am and all of that shit. Like, finally I got to that place where it was like, okay, this is it. This is what I really want to do. So it really has helped me to really craft, all of the stuff that I'm doing and really build it up to where we can support people like you. But it means a lot that you even take the time to come on. And like when I messaged you, I'm like, we still good? You said, I'm a woman of my word. I said, that's what I'm talking
That's
about.
right.
Good. I appreciate you. If nobody don't ever tell you, if I could pass you some roses through this computer right now, like I would lace you up. So, like this is everything to me. So I appreciate you. You could go
You're
ahead.
gonna make me cry. You are welcome, and you are so deserving. And congratulations on your 100th episode.
Thank you
It's
so
been
much.
so great to hear about that you care about integrity. You got 24
Yeah.
years in the business. You
Yeah.
are really, and then you have these wonderful women beside you, Kat. I heard you mentioning Tiffany.
Yeah.
You are doing it. So good
I,
for you. I'm
I'm
happy for you.
thank you so much. I received that. I'm trying my hardest. And it's like I've always wanted to do it on my own and kind of build my own thing. So I have family in the business and who are doing music and who have done music for years now and wildly successful and all of that jazz. But I've never been in that space where I wanted it to be like a nepotism type of thing or me getting on because of who my people are or whatever. So 90% of the people that I know have no clue that these people are my family because I just don't really put it out there. I'm grateful, obviously to God because, man, God be working. And it's like you may not necessarily understand it as much when you're younger, but now that I just turned 48 and to be doing this and to be reaching levels that I'm reaching now and it's like it can go up and down. So like there's been periods where it was like really booming. Then I went through a divorce and it was like a 3 to 4 year period where it wasn't shit going on and my mind was all warped and I had to get that back together and stop the media for a minute. So it's like when you get back into it, start away again. So it's really been a building phase. But again, I preach about Cat because even though this is our passion and we both are doing a lot of the same things, like we're still in different in different spectrums because it's a bit of an age gap. So it's like she's helping me because she can bring in the younger audience because people look at me like, oh, this dude, oh, like this
You're
right here.
30. You're
that
only
part,
30.
that part.
You're so
Oh yeah,
young.
I'm long-winded, so I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna throw it to Kat.
I'm so excited you're here. James is just so funny. I'm glad he been getting out though so much.
Me too.
But I'm so excited. You have worked with so many different artists and just we're going to get into all those big names, but I want to know, how did you get your start? How did Nefertiti Avani come about? When you grew up, how did you really get into music and finding your voice?
Well, I started out as a songwriter. And I was really trying to escape. It was a form of escapism because I had a really turbulent childhood. And, creating music, writing poetry, it really put me into this imaginative space to where it's like, okay, this is where I'm at right now, but this is where I want to be. And so I started out as a songwriter, and early in my career, which is so funny because this is how it really got set up. When I met Missy Elliott, she, I know,
I'm
I
sorry.
know
You
you
just
got,
start off a story like that.
I know it's that.
Well, when I met Missy, like, girl, hold on, give me
No,
a reason first. For you start with the big names.
It hit me because it hit me because really for the last 2 weeks I've been trying to get Missy. I'm trying to get her on one of the platforms.
Oh,
He
And
literally
nice.
messaged me one night, like, I'm gonna get Missy. I'm gonna get Missy.
That's right. You
yeah,
ain't gonna get her. But like,
it's gonna happen.
that's right. That's
Yeah,
right. But yeah, at the beginning of me songwriting, when I was working with Missy, she was like, make sure that the demo sounds like the record. And so for songwriters, I don't know if you guys know, like we write demos for artists. So we're just basically giving them an example of like how to sing it, giving them an example of the words, but it's
right.
not like ready. Missy set me up early at the beginning of my career by telling me, make the demo radio ready. Make it like it's going on the radio tomorrow. And so when I started to do that, that's when my songwriting dreams of just being in the back, nobody know me, just get money. I love money. I can't say that I've always been in love with fame. I'm growing to get in love with that because that's a part of my purpose. That's the part of my divine purpose because I have a message to share. But at first, when I was younger, I was like, I just want to like be the rich lady in the back that nobody know.
Yeah.
And
Well,
so
I
I knew
love the fact that, I mean, because at the end of the day, like, I'm getting to a space now where like I'm really just all about the bag, and I'm just trying to find the money in it now. And I think it took me a long time to really get to that space.
what you
Like
said. You said you were all. I didn't get to hear you. You said you were all
I'm
about.
like, it's like I'm all about the bag now. Like I'm trying to
Oh,
find the
all about
money.
the bag.
So I
Got
get
you.
that piece of it. And it's a change for me because in the early years, I was more so like, it's the passion. I don't really care about the money. I can make
Yeah.
money somewhere else. I just want to do. And while that's a nice perspective to have, you want to get some money out of it too, because bills and all kinds of stuff. And I got a kid in college. And wait a minute, at 30, we ain't gonna say how that happened, but I got a kid in college. And it's just a lot of stuff. You know, you need the money piece of it. But I also like I can appreciate the fact that you are now connecting to the fame side of it because you have so many artists who push that off and they like, I don't want to be famous and I don't care about the fame. And I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to be famous. Like I don't
No,
see
it's
anything
not.
wrong with it at all. But
That's right.
a lot of people do. A lot of people shun away from it. Like even my ex-wife, like when she realized that I was into entertainment stuff at the very beginning, she was, you want fame? And I'm like, it's not about being famous. Like I just love to do this stuff. But I get it though.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough for me because I like solitude. I like privacy. I like going to the grocery store. You know what I mean? Doing normal things. And so I just never seen myself as being famous. But
Yeah.
because I was doing the demo, like the radio version,
Mm-hmm.
I was having a hard time getting placements. And what placements is once a songwriter writes the song, you have to actually place it with a recording artist, with somebody who's ideally has a record deal, has a label behind them, and they'll sing your song and then you'll get paid.
Yeah.
But it wasn't happening for me because I kept getting this feedback of the artists are intimidated. Like the record sounds already done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I was like, well, what am I gonna do? And then people just started keeping me on the record. They was
Yeah.
like, you're gonna be the artist. And I was like, no, I'm not an artist. They was like, yes, you are. Don't worry about it. We're gonna you gotta be the artist. And so then, my purpose kind of took over from there, Kat, to answer your question.
Okay.
Wow. And I really love that because as someone who is into the arts and things, like when you practicing, like when I practice dance or acting or anything, the coach is like, you gotta do it full out at practice.
That's
You
right.
gotta, like, cause you gotta do it how you gonna do it for the performance, or you're not
Yes.
gonna know, or you need to really put your all into it. And
Yeah.
I think that that's something that really obviously made you stand out so much.
Yeah.
Um,
Shout
so
out to
what
Missy for that.
Shout out to Missy. Listen,
Yeah.
Missy is, I mean, undeniably amazing artist. Like that is one of my favorite, not even just female hip hop artists, just artists in general. So
Absolutely.
just, oh my God.
Like,
Her mind and them videos and just like, I
Yeah.
just love creativity. I think that's something that we are missing a little bit in today's music, especially with videos. I miss, her making the videos, video games, and like she in
Yeah.
space or she doing something crazy.
Yes.
That's really up my alley. So what was your first like really big break? Like when you were on this song or you performed with this person, how did you feel? When you feel like you really made it?
Oh my goodness.
I know you've
it's-
done so much. I know
I
you've done so
know
much,
it's
but maybe like the first experience or your first taste of it.
yeah.
You being the artist.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good start. So my first taste of being the artist was 2021. I thought I was songwriting. Okay, you guys. I thought I was songwriting, and the artist didn't come to the studio. Like they had to reschedule, which gave the producer a bright idea. Tim Kelly of Tim and Bob.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with Tim and Bob, but
I am.
Tim Kelly. Okay, so that was the producer, and he was like, you don't flip this thing so cold. I'm about to call MC Light and ask her, can you be the artist? And I was like, oh my God. Because I'm like, I'm not an artist.
Yeah.
But it was such a beautiful song. It was such a good opportunity. And they was like, we go pay you. And I was like, you got me. You got me. So,
I think
they put Fat Joe on the record, and that was my first commercial release as an artist. It went all over the world, number one in Finland. So yeah, that was like my first taste as an artist, Cat.
And I saw MC Light and Fat Joe gushing about you and gushing about
Yeah.
yeah.
working with you and all that. So I saw you and Fat Joe doing. You guys were kind of going back and forth, and he's known for these crazy stories that he tells and stuff like that. Can you just talk about working with him and maybe just like a little bit of y'all interview? Did he tell you any crazy stories from back in the day or anything like that?
Yeah, Fat Joe is Fat Joe. He's larger than life with his
Mhm.
personality, and that's why so many people like gravitate to him. That's why he still has a pull to this day. But Fat Joe was just giving me the grandest ideas. He was like, "You are a superstar. You are going to take over the world. We're going to do this. We're going to do that." And he was like, "Let's get money." And
Yeah.
so working with Fat Joe, he's from New York, so New York is very like fast paced, and
Mhm.
he was speaking like, listen, I don't know what all these other people doing, but I'm gonna keep you on the record. I actually worked with him before my commercial release on
Mhm.
with MC Light and Tim Kelly.
Yeah.
That would have been my first commercial release with Fat Joe, but we didn't get the clearance for the record because it's
Mhm.
a Michael Jackson sample. But it still went out. DJ Drama, Cool and Dre producers. It was still a massive thing for me. So yeah, Fat Joe is fun
Mhm.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
larger than life. So it's you getting 100% New York with Fat Joe.
Yeah, he's definitely a hip hop staple. I really love him, and it's really interesting to see him doing a lot more interviews and being a lot more open,
Yeah.
and people really getting to get to know him and a lot of
Mhm.
his story. And I identify a lot with him because I have a child that is disabled. So that's
Beautiful.
something that really touched me. That he's
Love
able to love his child and do his career and be this well-rounded person. Because sometimes people look at parents, especially a disabled, that you just supposed to be that. You ain't supposed to do nothing else.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that was just really, really amazing. So shout out to Fat Joe. I'm gonna go ahead and hand it over to James because I know he got some questions burning.
Okay.
So I think first of all, I really want to comment on just your work with Missy Elliott and then also your work with Fat Joe. Like if there's people in this industry who you want to work with, it's the Fat Joes and it's the Missy Elliott's. Like when you look at Missy, it's like everybody that she has touched. Not only have they been successful while they were with her, but she has a way of teaching artists how to like. It's like somebody that says, "I'm gonna teach you how to fish so that you can
Yeah.
get your own fish. Like I'm not gonna just give it
Mhm.
to you. I'm gonna teach you how to go get it yourself." She teaches
Yeah.
you how he teaches artists how to survive in this industry
Yeah.
and how to do good. Like she gave you, that knowledge of putting your demos together a certain way so that it's like it's ready to go radio, which ultimately helped you in your artistry and becoming an artist.
Yeah.
and getting to that next level, after songwriting, which
Yeah.
is it's really interesting. And I was just asking another artist, just in terms of how easy is it to get into songwriting, because you see so many artists who start as just songwriters, like your Neos. You
Yeah.
can go all the way back to like 2000, 2001, 2002, and find songs that he had written for
Mm-hmm.
huge artists and whatnot, but he didn't come out as an artist until 5-10 years after that. So I think that that's really, really dope, just the path that you have been on. I can tell that, hey, what up, hashtag? I can tell that you
Okay.
have been involved with some of these amazing people in this industry, because it's like you still have, like, when I look at your posts on social media and things
Yeah.
like that, like I see somebody who has training and artist development and like all that kind of stuff. Like I was looking at some of your posts today, and you posted about Spotify and where you are on the list, and
Yeah.
153 on this list, or in different countries, or in 153 different like,
Yeah.
you're looking at all of the stuff that a lot of artists really should be looking at. But unfortunately, a lot of them don't really know about all of that kind of stuff, because they're not really being given the jewels and the gems and being taught those kind of things. So, I mean, it's clear to me, and I think to even both of us, Kat and I, that you have been really, really blessed, like majorly blessed in this business already. And then to have the biggest people in the industry like clamoring about you. Like, you got your Fat Joes, you got your Snoop Dogs, which we ain't even talked about Snoop yet.
Listen,
And I know
listen.
Snoop is feeling you. Like, there's so many other people. And I'm gonna let you talk about it, but you have some family who was in this music business, obviously before you, correct?
Yeah, I wasn't around during the time, I wasn't born, but
That's
yeah.
okay. But the foundation was laid, though, because that's where a lot
Yes.
of it comes from. I feel like my cuts, Casey, JoJo, and Fantasia are my cousins. So it's like
Ah,
it started well before them, and like her uncles and parents were singing when they were little and whatnot. And it's like that foundation was laid for all of the people to come after that, Rico and like everybody else, that's doing music and entertainment and stuff. Like, that foundation was laid, and really it was laid for you too. Like, I think it's divine order that you are where you are, and
yeah.
I think everything fell in place the way that it did, because this is what's meant for you. It's meant for you. Like,
Yeah.
it's like somehow or another God made it that these people ain't show up, or something happened and they had to reschedule or whatever, so that you
Yeah.
could put up front. And they listening to you on these vocals. It's like, well, damn, you sound better than everybody. We might as well. We need to
Right.
just keep her. Like, I think
Right.
Thanks.
I think that's, and truthfully, that's what it is, though. Like, I think that that's
Thank you,
amazing. Like,
James.
I can't do nothing but like be happy, happy about that. Like, I think that's really, really amazing, and it's good to see it from somebody from right here in the city.
Yeah. Yeah.
We do have a question from the comments.
Okay,
Um,
cool.
all right, this one is from hashtag dope photography. Love you, hashtag, always here every time. Thank you so much for your support. He said, Nefertiti Avani, you articulated that R&B is about the alchemy that should take place in the bedroom. How do you approach translating those deeply intimate emotions into music that still resonates universally? Great question. Wow.
Yeah, thank you for coming. He told me he was gonna come too. Thank you for your presence. I love you on Facebook. I
Yes.
love your post, hashtag. I
Yes.
think you're amazing. And then look at you bringing color to, this wonderful podcast,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Transcending the Culture.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as like translating that, like I wouldn't even necessarily call it translating, because for me, like that's my first language. My agenda is love. My agenda is to show people or remind people the magic of when you become a lover. Even if you're a lover of
Mhm.
yourself and you're not in a relationship, when you're a lover to nature, when you're a lover to your family, when you're a lover to your friends, this world will to you, and you will be in awe of the magic that's here when you choose love. So for me, love is, that's imperative. and putting it into the music is just, that's a part of my purpose, you know. So and then
Wow.
too, putting it into, I can say this, I make sure that the vocals and the music is at a particular frequency. If anybody knows anything about 528 hertz, if anybody knows anything about hemisyncing your left hemisphere and your right hemisphere with the binaural beats, we make
Mhm.
sure that this magic is in the audio. So if you ever put on headphones and you listen to the album, you'll be experiencing that hemisync. And why is hemisync important? Because once your left hemisphere and your right hemisphere link, now you have a magic super brain. Now you're experiencing your own um 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 what do I call it, inspiration. You can think clearer, your superpowers is turned up. You like, gosh, I got all these great ideas, let me write this down. Duh, 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 duh. A problem you've been trying to solve all week, you get the answer when you get that hemi syncing from that super brain. So if you guys ever get a chance to hear the album with the headphones in, go ahead and do that so you can experience that alchemy in there. You know what I'm saying?
Wow,
That's the school. Okay.
oh my goodness. That's like extra. I'm gonna be enjoying the music and healing. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's amazing. Looks like hashtag is definitely in agreement with that.
Mm.
I'll fall
I
asleep
knew
at
he would know. I knew he
528
would
hertz
know.
and have my son doing the same. Wow, I think I
That's
need
right.
to do that.
No, that's dope.
Cause I fall asleep to it's not white noise. I listen to black noise, which is I watch black people argue online.
Nice.
No, black people arguing online
No, no, look at me.
on reality shows.
That's where I come from. That made me, okay?
Listen, I'm the youngest of four girls. If somebody ain't arguing or some loud
it ain't
screaming, I
peace.
can't. I need some peace. I need to act. I need to. Somebody about to throw the table. Uh,
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, black noise. Yes, yes, yes.
but hashtag is such a great friend, and especially somebody who has been showing me the ways of healing and loving
Oh, yes.
yourself. He has really been pouring into himself doing that, and that has definitely inspired me. And music can
Good.
be healing, sounds can be healing, like you said.
Yeah,
Like that is something that has been done since ancient times. And I
that's right.
think that along the way we forget a lot of our old remedies and our old
Yeah.
recipes and our own ways of healing instead, and we're
Absolutely.
always thinking about different vices and things we can run to when there's much simpler things that you can do,
That's right.
to heal yourself. That is so amazing. I didn't even think think of something like that. Like, how did you even think of something like that? Like, that is just so amazing artistry, and just shows how much you really care about this and how this is meant for you.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Um, Now I know we've been wanting to ask about Big Snoop Double G. Listen, that's my dog right there. Now, like I'm telling you, like Snoop, Method, Red, like they are just some titans, like titans in the game.
Yeah.
Like was there brick by brick building this.
Yeah.
How did it feel to really work with these people, and how did it feel to get that official stamp of approval for them, like that official, like you can't get no more official than that.
Yeah. Yeah, it felt in alignment, and I was happy about that because there's a lot of things that happen in the industry, like a lot of big names come, a lot of opportunity has come my way, and I felt like stuff wasn't right for me,
Yeah.
and I had to be brave enough to turn it down, and so when Snoop came along and I got to know him and I got to see his integrity. James, I know that's big for you. And I got to
Yeah.
see his purpose. I was like, okay, yes, this is in alignment with me
Yeah.
and who I am and what I'm here to do. So
Yeah.
it was so exciting. If you
I
guys
bet.
listen to that verse on that song, I mean, like the way I was spitting and the bars that I was spitting, you can tell like I really felt like I could be myself
Mhm.
Yeah.
and I was embraced by them. And so it felt so in alignment.
Yeah.
you guys really made art with that one. And Snoop has been just singing your praises ever since then. Like, just to have somebody on that level just
Everybody
be
is.
like, whenever somebody asks him about you or asks about a
Yeah.
dope artist and he's naming you, like, that has to just really, like, couldn't nobody tell me nothing. Like, if I was you, I would be like, look, he didn't put that battery in my back. I'm going, you know. So congratulations for that.
Thank you.
And James, I know you got some more questions.
Yeah, I think everybody is singing your praises, which, you know, obviously that makes a lot of people really want, you know, to listen to your music and listen to your project. And I loved, you know, like I'll say again, I loved when like you just reached out to me directly, and it takes strength, it takes courage to do that. Like you reached out to me and
Thank you for
said,
saying that.
like you reached out to me and you said, and I can remember looking at the message. I was actually out getting a tire for my truck, and when I looked
Come
at
on,
my
Cleveland.
phone,
We need them tires. We need them good tires.
listen, I stay away from East Cleveland because I can't take it. I can't keep doing all these damn tires. But I was out buying a tire because I went to Atlanta last week to do some media stuff. So I just wanted to get new tires because I knew I was driving. You know, all those things. But I looked at my phone and saw a message, and you was like, "Hey, do I know you?" or something to that effect, like, "Do I know you?" or that sort of thing. And I was like, "Hey, yeah, I actually reached out a few years ago. You had done a song with Mookie Matonio on his album. I thought it was dope. I know I reached out at that point and just said, you know, you did a bomb ass job. But then outside of that, I was like, we hadn't talked. And you said, well, I got this album, and you know, it's only $20. And I'm like, I'm gonna buy this. Like I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna buy it because of the way she came at me. And it takes strength, it takes courage to be able to reach out to somebody like that and just say, hey, buy my album. And like, you make beautiful music. I love the fact that you talk about alignment, because like it's really important for you to be aligned with what you're doing out there. And to me, that's a whole part of the selling process too. Because if you're not aligned with it, the people who are listening are gonna know that that's not her, and she's not being authentic, or she's not being herself, and it's gonna make people not support it or not want to buy it. So I really want to know a little bit more just about your creative process. Like, how do you get into a place where it's like, okay, this is a song, or let me try and put a song together, or how do you put new music together?
Honestly, have you ever heard of a channeler?
I have.
Okay. Have you guys ever heard of a medium?
Well, I have.
Yeah. So I know I've seen Kat say she hasn't heard of the channeler yet. So the channeler is someone who is basically, you know how you like turn the TV on or you turn the radio and it's different channels. So a channeler is someone who has different stations spiritually, and we can like turn the dial in our minds and hear what's coming through certain radio stations that's in the ethers, that's in the heavens, that's on the other side. And so that's really how I create music. There has been so many spirits that sit, you know, at my ear and say, try this idea. How about this harmony? You know, I haven't been super trained. Matter of fact, I haven't been super trained in any of this. Like, James, I heard you speaking about like the media training and things like that. You guys, this is an army of ancestors, but behind me, beside me, ahead of me, who are leading me and guiding me.
I love that though. It just mimics somebody who had like the media training and that type of stuff. Just like this conversation.
Thank you. That's a compliment. That's a compliment.
And that's what it's meant to be, because like this conversation that we're having, like it's like, you know what direction you go in, you know what you want to talk about, you know what you have to say. You're not like a deer in the headlights. Like you actually are speaking knowledge, and like even you talking about the channeler, and like because I listen to Erykah Badu, and I love when she talks and she explains a lot of stuff. It makes perfect sense to me.
And I'm so glad to have like artists like that, because you will almost be afraid because that's not like something we're used to speaking about, but you will almost be afraid of telling people like what's going on with you, you know what
Hmm.
I mean? But it's like I know why God puts channelers and mediums into the family, because when people transition over to the other side, they're not done just because their body expired. They
Absolutely.
still have work to do in that family. They still have things they want to get done, and to
Hmm.
have someone like me who's still enough to listen to them and to carry out their will even without their body, that's a portion of the reason why I'm so abundantly blessed. And I have to share the gift.
Oh
You
my
know what I
God,
mean?
they don't make them like you no more. Like you, like, I can't take it. Like
Listen,
this is so dope. Like this is so dope. Just know that all the work that you have been doing, like it is really, really paying off. Like you are that artist that we look for. Like you're that
Yeah.
artist that we look for. You're
Uh-huh.
the artist that we miss from kind of back in the day that we like, damn, I wish we could get that back. Um,
Yeah.
I'm so elated
absolutely.
for the success that you've had, and I'm just
Mhm.
really happy to see. Oh, I see Katia's down there. Hey, Katia. I'm
Hey,
Yeah,
Katia.
I knew she was gonna get to that when you were
yeah,
saying, listen, God put people on this earth that are so sensitive to so many different things, like you
Yeah.
said, frequencies, spirits.
yeah.
My sister Katia is definitely one of those people. She'll bump into somebody and be
Oh,
like, that
that ain't
spirit,
it.
hold
Yeah.
on, that spirit, hold on,
That's right, girl.
I'm sensing something.
That's right.
And you really have to pour into that and pour into your gifts and listen and use them for good, because listen, when you don't use it, it's almost like you'll lose it. Like you'll lose
Absolutely.
that connection. You're not doing what you're supposed to do. You'll lose things in life. Like if you're not doing what you're really meant to do with your gifts. So
Yeah.
I can definitely
For
I you
sure.
the hashtag said talk that talk. Listen,
Right.
he said, listen. She's constantly remembering, like,
Yeah.
listen, you got some people that really are resonated with
For
that,
sure.
and especially with that coming out through your talent, we can definitely see that spirituality for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah. Thank
I think
you.
definitely. So now that you have like fully embraced, the artistic side of it and being an artist, what is like your overall vision, for your artistry? Where do you feel like you want to go with what you're doing?
Well, I can say this. I love being able to experience some of the things that make us supernatural.
Yeah.
So I love getting into herbs. I have like a mat that's costing like $2,000 full of amethyst crystals, and it has infrared light, and when you lay on it, it raises your frequency.
Okay.
I love things like saunas and stuff like that. So
It's
my goal.
interesting you say that because I
Mhm.
went to I was gonna say it was a spa, but they were doing like Reiki and like
Yes.
all kinds of stuff, and I was like, okay, I could really get with this. Like, I
Yeah.
could really, really get with this. So
And
that's
I know James and Kat, you guys, I know you guys are into the broadcasting and the journalism, but like
cool.
on a deeper level, James, you are doing A&R work. There are people who are just now getting to know me because of what you're doing. And Kat, I can even see like your experiences from like other planets. Like you're a very, very old soul. Like, and you, this,
Heard that before.
yeah, I
I
can
always felt
tell.
like I'm not on this planet. I actually painted this.
Well,
Like I
come on, come on,
listen,
come on. You painted
I
it because you seen it. You've
I
been
love,
there.
when
I
I say I love this conversation, like
Mhm.
that just makes me smile because, and when you say that, I
Yeah,
receive it because I do realize that a lot of the things that I'm doing are what the A&R does. Like I have a PR firm where I'm actually doing PR for people now
yeah.
because like I like that side of the business.
And
Um,
when you were talking about the creativity, James, A&R from a couple of years ago, you're in the new age of A&R. You're 30 years old, you are young, you're bringing the new A&R flavor to these people. They not ready for the A&R that
Mm-mm.
you about to bring to the
they
table.
not.
and you are literally morphing. People are going to copy off of the way you do A&R. So don't even feel like you got to compare and contrast what you're doing to what other people have done. You're evolutionizing the game.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna add to that too, just because you ain't doing nothing but speaking truth. And I tell Kat
Mhm.
all the time that when I like in terms of competition, like we ain't got no competition. They do what they do. We do what we do. We know exactly who we are. And
Good,
I ain't competing with nobody. Like I do my own thing, and I
good,
know my value out here in this. I
good.
know my value out here in this industry and in this world. So when you say that,
Yeah,
I'm with it. Like I am
good.
absolutely with it. I appreciate that though. I
Mm.
really do. It means a lot because I know that I put a lot into what I'm doing and really just into this industry as a whole. And I love it with all of my soul. So
Yeah.
I really do appreciate that.
Good. I'm glad I can give it back to you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
That's you just so wise, and I've always felt like that. I do a lot of different things. I do public speaking, I do event hosting, I do modeling, I do acting, I
Mm.
do dancing. I've always been this person that does so
Art,
much, and I always felt like
painting.
I've just like from different. I just feel like I'm from somewhere else. Like
You
I'm
are.
I'm
This is
yearning.
not,
I'm yearning for a
you
home
miss
that I want to
home.
have.
Yeah.
Like I literally, James, you saw when we was leaving out the comedy show. I said, "Stop! I gotta take a picture of the moon. Hold on,
Yeah.
one second."
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
That is just so
absolutely.
amazing.
And she's
It's so
always you have this time around, you're literally taking everything that you've seen from Saturn, from Venus, from Neptune, from Jupiter, from Pluto, all of these different places people don't even know about. You're literally bringing that stuff right now and you're broadcasting it. That's why you want to get on the mic. That's why you want to paint, because you're showing people these things that you have experienced that they haven't yet. So
Hmm.
yeah, you're right, bro.
Thank you so
Uh-oh.
much. And
Thank you.
uh speaking of gifts, hashtag has another question. He said you trained in baking and kitchen arts and you channeled that food passion into your music metaphors. Do you find overlap between cooking and producing music? Could your next collab be a cooking inspired track or event? Ooh.
Oh my gosh, I've been like ever since I got into fasting, you guys, I have found like a deep love for food. Like I will find myself when I'm fasting, I'm like, cornbread never looked this good before. Like you
For real. For
I ain't
real.
never seen mashed potatoes
Right.
hit like that. Like it looked extra good when you
Hmm.
allow yourself to be
Get
hungry for a
get
good period of
hungry.
time.
Right.
Yes. And so I was thinking about that the other day. That's so crazy. I was like, I'm gonna make a song about food because food don't get the love it deserves.
Right, right,
Mm-mm,
right.
mm-mm.
What how has fasting helped you in your creative process?
Oh my gosh. You, James. Listen, when I fast, I get extremely clear. So I am closing my eyes and I'm seeing visions. I get super sensitive, like I can feel energies. I can
Mhm.
receive messages swifter. The downloads that I get are like next level, and then the love and the appreciation just grows so much deeper, and then I have the energy to actually expound what I'm finding on my spiritual journey from fasting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
In
I
my
love how you
fast I actually, oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say I love how you said the downloads that you get too, because I watch a lot of the lives from comedian AJ Johnson, and she does a lot of
You
posts on Instagram, and she talks a lot about downloaded messages from God, and
Oh, okay, yes,
just different messages on growth and that sort of thing. So
yes.
I love that you said that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's like this is the best way I can put it. We're so used to going to church to hear the word of God or opening the Bible and hearing the word of
Mhm.
God. But when you fast, you can hear the word of God from every single thing you hear. And
Mhm.
it's so beautiful. And I would not want anybody to leave this planet without experiencing that. So that's why I constantly put it in the music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that people can be like, you know what? I feel like I'm about to do a 24-hour fast. I feel like I'm about to do a 14-hour fast just to see what's up. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm so glad you asked that question.
Was it difficult for you to get into fasting?
Was it difficult? Yes and
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
Because um I so I have a lot of fire in my chart. So my birthing chart, there's a lot of fire placements in my natal chart. And because of that, I expound energy really, really fast.
Okay.
So I have to eat every 2 hours. At minimum.
No,
I have to put something in my body. So what I did, James, was I found the most powerful things on the planet that you can put into your body, the most nutrient things like sea moss. I
yeah.
found something called Shilajit. I
Okay.
found something called Baja Gold, BAGA Gold. It's a salt, but
I've heard of that.
it has 90 trace minerals. So you just get a little bit and you put it into your water and you can survive. So it's
Interesting.
imperative before you fast to make sure that your body has massive nutrients, massive of minerals. So then when you are fasting, you are not hurting yourself.
Right.
So that process was a process, but once I figured it out, and then to clean your body out so that your body can actually absorb the
Yeah.
minerals. So like a lot of us carry at least 30 pounds of waste
Mm.
in our colons. So
Yeah.
what I did was I bought an at-home enema. It's cheap. It's
Yeah.
$20. You can go on YouTube and look up how to do a enema and 5 pounds in 5 minutes in the toilet. And once you sorry if that's a little, but it's real.
But I
Once you do
but
that,
that's real though. And I mean, I
Real.
bought the at
that's
home
yeah.
enemas, like if you have to go and get not a CT scan, but like if you have to have a procedure done and they have you,
A colonoscopy, yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
colonoscopy.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, these things are so powerful, especially for people like you, Kat and James, because you guys are broadcasters. And so
yeah,
and you guys like continuously go up. You guys are already on a monumental level. So as you guys
absolutely.
continue to go up, feeding your body those minerals and those nutrients and getting that in, because y'all gonna be dealing with a lot of spirits.
Yeah.
And y'all know y'all already are.
Listen, that's why I be in my listen, and I already know I don't play fair in the sandbox. So when I tell you I stay in my
Okay.
corner, when I tell you I stay in my corner, I don't be in the midst of nothing because I'm like I could flip on them in a heartbeat. So I'm like I stay
Yeah.
to myself, but I actually have an interest in that and in fasting. Like for
Yeah.
anybody that's interested in that, like how would you recommend that they really learn more about it so that so that they're doing the right things and knowing how to actually get started the right way?
It's a layered process. Because there's a lot that goes into it. Everybody's body is different.
Right.
Depending on where you're born, depending on how your natal chart is set up. So I would say get to know yourself.
Absolutely.
That's the most powerful thing you can do. Get to know yourself, realize what's triggering you to eat. If you're that type of person that's like, oh, I can't let the sugar down, oh, I can't let the coffee down, oh, I can't get rid of my this or my that. I
And
gotta
that's my
eat this, I
thing with
gotta
the
eat that.
coffee. I don't have no problem with the sugar. I don't do no sugar, but that coffee.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
don't brew no coffee. Let Cheryl not brew no coffee in the morning. It's gonna be a problem.
So
Listen,
yeah, so
when I
when
go in there and they say, "Oh, we haven't brewed the coffee yet," when you see how fast my eyes roll, I'll be like, "Listen here."
yeah.
I'm like, "Listen here."
Because you're doing so much
Yeah,
on things, and that's why you need that energy. So it's imperative for somebody like you need fruit juices, you need apple juice, you need
I really
watermelon,
do. I really
which
do. I drink a lot of
yeah,
apple juice. I can't stand
good.
no watermelon, so I ain't paying no attention to hashtags
Oh,
talking
he
about.
said I can't stand no watermelon. Have you ever tried to like juice watermelon with like lime?
I haven't. I have not.
Okay. But
So
you
I
you
may
don't
try
like
that because I do have a juicer. So I may try that.
okay. Yeah, I would look up some juice recipes. Just like natural juices, if you want to do celery, if you want to do cucumber,
Yeah, I love celery.
even if
Yeah.
it's nasty,
Mhm.
you can do some delicious juices. Grape juice is really good.
Mhm.
They have like a soursop drink that's really good that I enjoy, but you're really trying to get your minerals, you know what I mean? And for you, herbs. Look into these herbs, stuff like saw palmetto and red clover and blue vervain, and I can go on and on and on. Dr. Sabi has a good list of herbs.
Oh, see, my sister just got me into fenugreek.
Fenugreek
Um,
is
mhm.
beautiful.
Listen, it will
Hmm.
have you smell like a honeysuckle. When I
Okay.
tell you that the bees was following me, I'm like, oh, I smell so
Yeah,
sweet,
trying to
girl. They
get
was
some of
all
that flour, trying to get some of
already
that
running,
nectar.
like.
Trying to get, I already know they was. They was like, "What's up,
And just
cat?"
it's so many nutrients and things we don't even think about. Like okra is so nutritious and
Yeah,
so good, especially for women. Like women always talking
yeah.
about eat pineapples, eat pineapples. Let me tell you about what okra do, honey.
Okay.
Let me tell you,
Slip and slide.
listen, slip and slide, baby, slip and slide.
Now that's
my
cool.
daddy, my daddy named Poseidon. Okay.
Poseidon,
This
get
is
some of this
like this is a dope
ocean.
this is a dope conversation because like it means so much that you're here, but when we have these conversations and we bring people onto the platform, we really want to open it up to talk about life and the things that
Yeah,
are affecting us and things that will help us to get healthy. Like
that's
we
right.
absolutely want to talk about the music because you have a beautiful voice,
Thank
and like
you.
I can't wait, for you to reach all the stars out there because it's like it's coming.
Thank
Like
you.
again, you have a beautiful voice, you have beautiful
Thank you.
music. You've worked with some amazing people, but it's really all about you, and they're really more happy to have worked with you
Yeah.
because of the power that you have behind your voice. But it's good to be able to get these conversations, just about juicing and making
Hmm.
our health better and making our
Yeah.
lives better and our minds and that sort of thing. Those are the type of things that are going to help, to elevate
That's
our
right.
community
Yeah.
and to to take the culture to the next level. So I appreciate you so much just for
Thank
kind of
you.
branching off and us having this conversation and talking about that. And I really am like seriously thinking about I've been talking about juicing for the longest. So I bought a juicer. I ain't really bought nothing to juice in it yet because I don't have
But you
any
took the
like
first step.
I don't want to do like I don't want to do like I guess the regular fruits because I don't do sugar. And my
Mhm.
whole thing has been obviously, being more healthy, but then I've lost a lot of weight over the last several months and still trying to lose a little bit more. And so,
Okay.
I kind of want to get into juicing really for that reason as well. But I want to be healthy too and get my mind together so that I'm thinking more clear. And
Yeah.
so I can get off of this coffee because listen, I'm on the coffee. Like you
I
said that,
got
I'm
you.
like, oh shit, like no coffee. What's she talking about? But no, I think
Yeah.
this is really, really dope because it makes people think. And we got hashtag in here with these eloquent questions that he asking. We're gonna have to ask
Listen,
him
he make he.
podcast.
I'm about to have to pull out my thesaurus on him.
Okay.
Okay, listen. I'm listen a lot. Somebody sound
But
like
no,
Ti.
I think it's really, really dope. What are your next steps? Like, what's the next phase of Nefertiti Avani now that the world is beginning to see who you are? And of course, again, we have the Snoops and the Fat Joes and the Method Mans and all these people who are raving about you now. Like, what's next for your radar?
So, Odyssey, my album is out now on all streaming platforms, you guys. This album has gone international. I'm so proud of it because it's about love, you
Yeah.
know. With all of the, content out today, to have a successful album that's out about love, I'm very proud of it. And it has just been submitted to the Grammys. So I am so excited. My first project ever submitted to the Grammys.
Damn, I gotta
Shout
get
out
on
to
the Grammy
Misha
board. Oh my
Evenita.
God.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Y'all about to make
I
me
think it's
cry. I'm trying to keep it together.
like it's amazing. It's amazing just to see somebody come out with an album where they are being themselves and like
Mm,
you're not You're not falling victim to the formula that's out there and feeling
Yeah.
like you have to do XYZ in order to be successful. Like you are being you and talking about what it is that you do and what
Yeah.
you love. And
Yeah.
like the world has no choice but to adjust because you're
Yes.
being yourself.
Yes.
Like I love it so much.
And I want to say this too on to piggyback what you're saying. Like as I got into fasting, one thing I realized is that we're not just ourselves, we are each other. And
Yeah.
so you know what I mean? And so like realizing that Kat, you're a different aspect of me, James, you're a different aspect of me, and I'm in love with me. I honor me, I appreciate me. And so when I'm doing this music, I'm singing to myself to reconnect with all the little pieces and parts of myself that has been separated. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? So that we can experience this unison again. And so when I come and my album, I want everybody to know I'm not hustling your business.
Right,
I'm here
right.
to serve you. I am here to serve the me that is you, and I'm here to be served. And so once you listen to the music and you remember your magic, my world gets more magical. So this is not just about $20 CDs and all this and that. And this is service. This is divine service. And I do it from the top, bottom, middle, left, right of my heart.
When I say
So
we, like, we need you. Like this
mhm.
business needs you, and they need to hear people be forthright and honest
Yes.
and really speak on those types of things. And getting to know yourself and falling in love with yourself. And like
Mhm.
I love it when I tell you that this
Mhm.
industry, there's so many people in this industry who have been craving somebody like you to really come out and change the narrative. And it's not saying anything bad about anybody who's out there because there's a market for everybody, for all of these people
That's
who are
right.
out there.
That's
But
right.
I also believe that there's a lost market in what it is that you're bringing to the table. And
Mhm.
I'm glad that you're here. I really, really am. And I mean, I said that, from 3-4 years ago when I heard you on that
Mhm.
track. And you also had the podcast halftime chat with Nefertiti Avani, and I really wanted to ask you a little bit about that.
Oh yeah, that was halftime chat is owned by Namdi.
Oh,
He's from the UK. It was just
yeah.
an
Well, see,
interview.
I know exactly who he is. But
Oh
were you just
yeah.
on the show, or did you have your own podcast?
Yeah, I for him, I was just on his show, and then I did
Got
do a podcast with one of my girlfriends, Phoenix Jackson.
Okay,
Um, Everything Fly
got you.
podcast. So
Okay,
yeah, we are doing that. We sure did.
okay,
Yep.
okay.
All Things
Um,
Fly. I'm sorry. All Things Fly. I'm sorry. I messed up the name.
no,
Phoenix,
listen,
don't get me, girl.
listen. I appreciate you once again. I'm really glad that you came onto the platform. I'm
Yeah.
gonna kick it off to you, Kat, to kind of finish up, close out. Yeah.
Okay. So we hit a lot of things: music, food. I am the beauty girl. I love all things makeup and artsy and everything. With this project, did you have any sort of look in mind, any color schemes, or how would
Mhm,
you define like your own beauty and how you like to represent that?
mhm. Thanks for asking that, Kat. So my name, my dad named me. Nefertiti is my real name, and it means the beautiful one has come. So
Wow.
yeah, and Avani means earth. So my name is a sentence. The beautiful one has come to earth. And it's so interesting because I had a hard time like with actual like seeing, if that makes any sense. Like I've always been a spiritual seer. So
Hmm.
like I couldn't tell you what color shirt you had on or how your makeup was done, but I could tell you what your energy looked like. You know what I'm trying to say? And
Yeah.
so for this, I definitely wanted to push the depth of field. So when you saw the project, you saw me in a big field full of like different vibrant flowers. And then you saw these spheres, these planets in the skies, and they were like hovering around me. So like shout out to the artist that I can't think of his name right now at the moment. But shout out to the artist that created the artwork for Odyssey. And I was just telling the team like, I want something that's big. I want something that's depth of field, and I want something that's lush in the colors. And he really did bring that to life for me. So yeah, I'm all about like space and like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
beauty, like
that's
flowers. And then like of
mhm.
course my name is Egyptian. Nefertiti was an Egyptian goddess. So I'm all about like pyramids and like ancient history and sand and camels and all that.
Yes, I got a lot of that from just your visuals and things that you've had with your albums and things like that. So
Yeah.
it really is just, it adds on to the message. It puts you in that place. You know, sometimes when you listen to music, you're transported
That's
elsewhere.
come
And
on,
you know,
come on, cat, talk that talk,
listen,
boo.
listen. I know a little something. Now
She
listen,
know it.
I know a
Don't try
little
to little something. She know a lot.
but you really, you really can transport. You could literally leave your environment and be somewhere else just by music, just by poetry, just by listen books, TV shows, any form of media, and it really is, it creates a special bond between the artist and the person, enjoying that media. So I just want to thank you for putting so much into it and really sharing so much of yourself. It really comes across
My
as
pleasure.
a listener and as somebody that is a new fan. And I just really, like Jane said, we appreciate people that do real music, real
Yeah,
art, that are really here for the artistry like it is for us. If we didn't have anybody watching this, me and James would still be on here rambling. It
I'm
does
trying to,
not
I'm
matter.
trying to
It
tell
does
you
not matter. We would still be
I
here,
know that's
okay?
right.
You know,
Yeah,
so
what
thank
what
you
the,
so
what
much
the,
for coming on the platform.
I think the
my
reality
pleasure.
too is that there was a point in time when we were on here and we ain't had no views, like we ain't had nobody watching it, and so it's because of people like you that we have been able to build our following.
Mhm.
It's and it's because of people like you. I mean, simply put. And I can even speak to, what she was saying as far as being able to teleport through music. And I think that's the beauty of some of these artists out here, like yourself. Like there's so many artists who I have listened to over the years that I've been able to kind of escape and kind of go into another place or into another world and kind of take my mind off of things
Good.
that may have been going on in my life. Like I went through, I think it was my divorce that kind of made me really just start looking at life and actually getting some help and talking to people just about the depression. And then it kind of came to me that shit, I've been depressed my whole goddamn life. Like,
Yeah.
and just looking back, like over the years, I remember I looked at, I'm like, what is this big ass comment? I can't see Nefertiti. What is hashtag, you gonna quit writing these books. Now you go, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, hashtag. But
Hashtag is you and you are hashtag. Because
pretty much,
both of y'all
pretty much.
love words.
Yeah, pretty much.
Two
But
of
I
the
know like
same. Mhm.
right into college, I started at the University of Akron and I worked at Cedar Point over the summer. And I can remember even in that period being like crazy depressed. And the thing that got me through it was Faith Evans' debut album. Like from start to finish, just listening to that album, all 15 tracks, just listening to it, and I could play it on repeat. And I don't know if you know a whole lot about Sandusky, but living on that, or being out there at Cedar Point, the only way to get anywhere is to get on the ferry and go across the water to downtown or whatever. So like I would be on that ferry all day long, just like stretched out, listening to Faith Evans or whatever. And it's cool to be able to, later down the line, once you're working in this stuff, to be able to connect with these people and say, you got me through this period. And like I had that opportunity to really connect with her. And, through an interview, we actually, with our magazine, we did a full issue with her for the 20th anniversary of that project.
Good.
And it was cool to be able to really express that to her and say, like, you got me through this period. And I know that you specifically are getting people through, like, just through your talk and your conversation. And like, even this conversation that we've had tonight, I know a lot of people are going to be able to listen to this or watch this and be able to get something out of it and take something away from it, even if it's just for them about getting more healthy and starting to fast and just clear their mind and dig deeper into who they are and learn who they are and learn to love themselves a little bit more. I think that you are servicing the world, not just the community, but you're servicing the world. And I appreciate you for coming onto the platform. Again, like, this is all love and passion and everything. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Social media, if you could tell social media, website, everywhere that we can find you, and then what we can look out for in the near future. And listen, I'm going to plaster this album all over everything. So when you see my posts,
Thank you
because
so
like
much. Yeah.
I need the world to know about this. And I had a copy when it wasn't on the platforms. So listen,
Exclusive.
I appreciate you for that. I think you have an amazing project. And I know it's some people out there in this industry who probably mad jealous, like, who's this girl coming onto the scene and doing this shit? Like, I know it, but I think it's time. So.
Yeah,
I ain't trying to start no shit.
no, because jealousy, like, your haters are the ones who are in love with you the most. They just don't know how to
Express it.
express that. You know what I'm saying? So they use, like, who is the da 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 da, but it's really because they're madly in love, more than anybody else. So glad to get to that space to where I can love them like a lover. I can see them and respond to them like a lover, because that's what they are. That's what they are. But yeah, so all platforms, you guys, Nefertiti Avani, NefertittiAvi as in victory, Ani, everywhere, on YouTube, on Instagram, on everywhere you can think of is Nefertiti Avani. The album is out now on all streaming platforms, any way you desire to stream your music. However, I do appreciate the donations. You will still get a digital copy of the album, but contact me, and because it's, for one, it allows me to make a direct connect with you.
Absolutely.
If you're somebody and you're amongst these hundreds of thousands of people spread all across the world, and I never get to see you unless we're at a show, and when you're at the show, you're amongst thousands of people, I can't make that genuine connect. And I'm here for the genuine connect. I like to hear you
That's why
guys'
we.
stories. I like to see who you guys are and help you in your process, because you are me. You know what I mean? So if you guys are interested in that, I would love to connect with you direct by donating, and then I will send you a digital copy of the project. And I would also like to shout out my husband, PRB Jones, because he touches every record I sing on. He engineers, he produces, he executive produces, and without him, the love wouldn't be loving. Okay, the magic wouldn't be magicking.
That's absolutely.
So, so shout out to you, baby. I love you so much.
I think what I want to do, and what I'll do, I'll reach out to you the same way that we've been chatting all along. But
Okay.
I would like to do a magazine cover for you. So we just had
Oh,
Big Kev.
wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Big Kev was just on the cover last week. So I'll send you a message. I'll give you all the details and all that stuff. And I would like to put together a story about you, and then push that out with you on the cover of the magazine. So that's number one.
Come on, A&R. Don't be
But
copying off of Jay's stuff. I know y'all was watching. You about to be
you
trying
better
to
tell
copy
him.
off of him, trying to do magazines.
You better tell
Okay.
him. The other thing that I do want to do, and I may actually do that this weekend, is I want to buy a couple more copies of the album that then we can just give away. Like we can give away through the
Awesome.
podcast or that type of thing. So that because I know that for you, it's about the genuine connection. And
Yeah.
that's why we do the podcast and radio and all of the stuff that we're doing, because we want to make a genuine connection. Like just, even with us having you on the platform, it's about the genuine connection and you knowing that somebody out here authentically supports you and really
Yeah.
wants you to be successful. And we want to keep up with you, whether you have a project coming out or whether you don't. And like maybe it's pandemic time and it's like, how are you doing? How are you surviving? What's going on?
That's
How you and your
beautiful.
husband doing? Do y'all need stuff?
That's
Like we want
beautiful.
the genuine connections. So I love that you said that. But also it's about money too, because the reality is, and I
I
say
knew
that.
he was about to say that. I knew he was about to say that.
You know why I say it?
That's
Because
my favorite part. That's why you said it. That's my favorite part.
that too, but
Yeah.
also
Love money.
me
Yes.
loving this
Love
business and this
money.
industry, I've taken the time to really learn about a lot of things from the artist perspective as well.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
reality is streaming is not paying y'all. Like
Yes.
it's not paying y'all.
Yeah.
So it's cool that your album is on Spotify and it's on Apple Music and it's on this platform and it's on that platform, but you ain't really getting nothing off of it.
Yeah.
And then they
Yeah.
getting $10.99 every time somebody subscribe or whatever,
Every
and
time
you
somebody
ain't
describes,
getting
Hmm.
yes.
nothing.
Yes.
So
And,
that
and I,
I
you
think
know
that
what?
is
I wish I could have got into that because I want people to know that's why I was on the songwriter side of it. So everything you hear me sing, I wrote.
yeah,
So so this is what I want to share with artists. Even though the streaming isn't making money, there is still a rights owner side of the portion of the music. So if you
mhm,
know what to sign up to, you're going to be collecting royalties. And
yeah,
then there's a side where you're performing. So even if you didn't write the music, but if you sang on the music, if you rapped on the music, if you played an instrument, there's a performance royalty that you also get paid
yeah,
as well. So that's the benefit of really knowing the business. And if you don't know the business, get with somebody like me, or me. If I have the space, I will definitely try to assist you if you need help, artists out there, with signing up with the right organizations to collect your royalties.
yeah. I love
So
the fact that you speak on that, and there's other people who like the candies. There's a lot of stuff that she tries to
yes.
teach people really on the artistic side too. And I'll be
Yeah.
honest with you, that's really who I learned that piece of it from, as far as there being the
Wow.
performance side versus the publishing side, and like all that
Yes.
stuff. Like that is so dope to know. And you'd be surprised how many people have been in this business and they're not signed, like you said, they're not signed up with the right organizations to get their
Yeah.
royalties, and they may even have money just sitting out there that that has
Yeah, because I'll add to that, even if you do sign up, if you don't know how to actually go in there after you sign up and what do they call it? Like claim
yeah,
yourself. Like you think just because you signed up, they'll automatically whatever your name you're gonna
yeah.
send you the check. No. You
No,
gotta
you got
go
to go in
in
there and
there
prove it.
and claim your money.
Yeah,
You gotta
yeah.
claim your rights.
Oh,
So
That was
I
kind of
didn't
like
know
the
that.
basis of
Wow.
that whole escape thing. How they later got signed up for the
yes.
right organizations, and then it came out that all this money was there and all that stuff.
Yes, that's
So yeah,
that's my situation too. Because I thought I could just sign up, and I just discovered that I was on the phone with Sound Exchange, and they was like, you got a whole bunch of stuff that just sitting here that you
hmm
have, and I'm like, really? They was
yeah,
like, yeah, you claimed this side, but it's a whole nother side you didn't claim, and I'm scared, y'all, because the songs is massive. So I'm like, oh Lord, I'm about to
listen, listen,
I'm about to owe taxes or something.
listen. Get,
Oh,
get your money. That you're gonna be all right. Get your money. No, I think it's beautiful. Again, I'm so grateful to you coming onto the platform. We are absolutely
Thank
going
you
to
for
do this
having me.
again.
yeah.
Thank you for responding to us and being willing to come on and kind of kick it
Absolutely.
with us for this almost 2 hours, an hour and a half. So thank
Yes.
you so much. Anything else
Thank
you want to throw in
you.
there, Kat?
No, thank you guys. It was so nice to meet y'all.
You as well. We definitely will do this again. I'm gonna reach out to you like over the next day or so and just kind of give you the details for the
Okay.
magazine cover. And essentially, all I need is the photo that you want to use for the cover.
Got you.
And then I'll put the article and everything together, and I'll have that kind of drawn up probably over the next 2 days. I'll send it to you just for your approval, and
Okay.
we will push it on out there. So I
Thank
appreciate
you.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye, you guys. Thank you so
Right, have a good
much.
night.
Thanks everybody for tuning in.
Absolutely. And thanks,
Bye.
hashtag, for all them big ass comments.
I know we missed the last one. I feel can you still get the last one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
I could,
put that comment
yeah.
back up.
Let me pull it up.
I was like, what is this big ass comment?
It was so good. I'm gonna read it because it actually cuts off. He says, as an alchemist, your work isn't just about making music. It's about transmuting the rawest parts of life into something that changes people. In alchemy, the goal isn't just turning lead into gold, it's turning pain into power, shadow into light. On your journey, what has been the heaviest lead you've had to carry, and how did you transform it into the gold the world now hears in your music?
I'm so glad we didn't miss that. I'll try to keep it quick because I know you gotta go, James.
We ain't
You
got
spent so much.
we ain't got nothing but time.
Okay. So that's a beautiful question, and I love it because I'm so happy to share the before and after. I love before and afters. So my biggest thing as a child, I was told terrible things by somebody I really love. And it's not because they were a terrible person, it was just because they're sick. Um, and I was raised like that. And so their negative talk became my negative talk. And I started to talk to myself how they talk to me. And I would tell myself that my feelings didn't matter. And I would tell myself I'm not good enough. And I would tell myself all of these negative things. And so when I began the alchemy within myself, and I began to fast, and I began to create boundaries, and I began to reflect, and I began to forgive, and I began to address these people and hold them accountable, even if they didn't hold themselves accountable. I began to read, I began to meditate, I began to exercise, get sun, all of these things. My self-talk was the alchemy for me. And once my self-talk started to change, I started to um get into a deeper, more beautiful place. And that alchemy began of turning that lead into gold. And so being able to talk to somebody who has truly accomplished self-love, and then being able to listen to their music, it's a frequency that people who have not accomplished love cannot get. They cannot sing from that place. And that's why it's a service. When you hear that love frequency, you're naturally terraforming to that frequency, and you're experiencing it for yourself. And so that's my lead to gold story. And I want anybody to know, if you are a person where you feel like I've been wanting to get healthy all this time, I've been wanting to drop this weight, I've been wanting to do this, and I keep going back to bad behaviors, I keep going back, I keep reverting. Ask yourself, what is stopping you from the best version of yourself? And once you figure out what stuff is, address it. And once you address that stuff, remineralize yourself. Get in that mirror and tell yourself, you're the best thing I've ever seen in my whole entire life. And I see you in everybody I look at. That's what you do.
I love that.
I'm over here like, woo.
Right. That's right.
Was that for me? Was that for me?
Yes.
But yeah, no, literally.
It's like when you go to church and you like, is the pastor talking to me?
I'm like, this sermon about me? Dang.
Right.
Oh. But yeah, that was a wow, that was amazing. And you know, you do have to look at yourself, and especially the people you surround yourself with, you know,
Yeah,
like my
Yes.
mom was telling me about, you know, when you got the rotten fruit, and the rotten fruit going everything,
Yes.
everything it touches, it's
Yes,
rotten.
mama.
And you could be the purest heart, but you allowing these negative energies, and you think
yeah,
that's not gonna get into you, you think that's not
Yes.
gonna bleed into you,
Yes.
into that heart. So
yeah,
that's one thing that I have been, you know, just really weeding out people and things that don't feel good, you
you have
know.
to.
And
Good.
it's cool to resolve conflicts, and you know that's fine. But I'm just getting to a place where I just don't want to
Sometimes you
even be
don't
in
have
that
time
space.
to.
I don't have to. I don't
Sometimes
have
yeah,
Yes.
time. I don't have the
you
energy.
don't have time. You don't have energy. Like everybody, it took me a long time to realize, but everybody does not mean you good.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
you know,
And
people.
that is the resolve.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
Cat, you get into that place where you saying you don't have time. That is the resolve.
Hmm.
Sometimes the resolve is being absent,
Being absent,
percent
absolutely.
off.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
I
That
love
is your resolution.
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
love that. Sometimes the resolve is being absent. Like
But
I love that.
okay.
All
Thank
right,
you
thank you.
so much.
That was
So
amazing.
we're gonna definitely do it again. I'm gonna send you a message so that then we can figure out picture and everything for the cover, and then we'll get that together. I'll send you the final version so you can approve it,
Okay.
and we'll be good to go. So we'll have that out there this weekend, and
All
you know that's
right.
something else to push out there with Nefertiti Avani.
Thank
Um,
y'all.
absolutely. All right. Well, you have a good night.
You too, guys.
Okay.
Thank y'all so much.
You're
Peace.
welcome.
Thank you.
Man, listen, I'd be so excited about these conversations that we having because like that was so
It's beautiful.
beyond it was so beyond
And
necessary.
it was beyond what I expected. You know, it was very
Yeah,
transformative
but
for me.
necessary
Loved
though.
it. Hmm.
Like it was necessary.
Absolutely.
We need to have those conversations. We need to talk more about our health and you know our lives and loving ourselves. Like I think it was so dope. And it's so cool to have somebody, Mr.
Thank you so
Ledford. I'm so
much
glad that you were
for
on.
joining so
Um,
much. Wow.
it's so cool to have somebody on who is not afraid to be themselves. Like
Hmm.
she really she's her. Like she's not trying to, you know, she's not trying to follow the formula. Like I was telling her, like she's not trying to follow a formula of this is what I know is gonna make me big or make me successful. Like
Hmm.
she's just being herself, which I think is
Yeah.
really, really cool. So glad that she came on. We actually have another exclusive conversation coming up tonight at
Yes.
9 o'clock with
Hmm.
international photographer Nathan Piercy, who actually is going to be doing some photo shoots for us over the next couple months. One on
Ooh.
September 13th, 14th, and then we'll have another one in probably November-ish, like a brand shoot. But he's going to be on tonight at 9 o'clock. So we got a little bit of time for a couple of topics. And I saw your message, and I know what the biggest topic is out there. So I'm going to let you go ahead and get that started, Kat.
Okay, guys, this has been the biggest topic, pretty much of the week. It's really been shaking the tables, as we would say. Um, look, he's saying, "Wow!" Look, he said, "Wow, y'all stay busy." Listen, we do. We're trying to booked and busy. We have tried to bring you guys some awesome interviews,
But
and
and just to cut in, I'm sorry. Part of us being booked and busy like that is because of you, Ron Leffert. So we're not even gonna act like you ain't got nothing to do with that because you are sending us Beth on the 26th, and I saw your message. I'm gonna respond to you as soon as we get off of here. But I did see your message that you sent me a little while ago, so I will be responding to that. But part of why we are so successful and why we are busy like we are is because of you. Um, you sent us Marcus, and you send us Beth all the time, and you sent me countless people. So thank you so much. Okay, Kat, I'm sorry.
no. So first, we've seen Rashida being in the media first for she has a comeback tour. So listen, I'm gonna do the big three things that have happened to Rashida in the past week. So she had a comeback tour, and you know she's been booking dates. And I don't know if you guys saw the TikTok trend of people calling their family saying, "Hey, girl, I done got us some tickets." And they're like, "Tickets to what?" They're like the Rashida concert. Do you know people was hanging up on people like, "Girl, I ain't gonna do dang on Rashida concert." Ooh.
Ooh. Oh my God, thank you. This be God working. This be God working. Thank you. I'm gonna give you a call as soon as this is over.
But did you see that people was calling they mamas and stuff talking about, "Oh, I'm going to the Rashida concert," and they, girl, Rashida. But see, me, I would have been chew all of my bubble gum. What type of girl you want to chew all of my bubble? Listen, I'm a Rashida fan, so I would have went. But so she kind of was people was taking jabs and laughing at her, and so I think that kind of reignited her feud with K Michelle. So K Michelle at her past 2 concerts decided to sing her impromptu song that she sung when her and Rashida was arguing, when she said the Rashida got bags, her husband a girl, her career is over all over the world. Bag lady, she's a prune. Get her husband out the room. Listen, when I tell you that song plays in my head, that's how you know I'm a real loving hip hop Atlanta fan, because that song be in my. It's so many times I'll be like, "Get her husband out the room." I'm like, "Dang, what song is that?" And the whole time it's K Michelle making fun of Rashida. So that happened, and then that ignited them going back and forth in the media, in the shade room comments. And Kirk was quick to bring up Rashida's Spotify and say she has 1 million listeners a month. She has these and that and the third, which K Michelle fired back at her Grammys and or I'm not sure about Grammy, but her awards and accolades and things like that. And Rashida's songs have been going viral on TikTok. So we have the Legs to the Moon and the put it on them, make them want to marry me, all the little songs, the songs been going viral, and so that contributes to a lot of it. So they were going back and forth, and it seemed to die down, but K Michelle just kept singing the songs and poking fun at her. But Rashida has even bigger problems than that. She got bigger fish to fry. So it has been said that her son, and this is her oldest son with Kirk Frost, Kai is on the run for murder. Kai supposedly murdered a rapper by the name of T Hood down in Atlanta, and the story says allegedly Kirk's daughter Kelsey was dating him, and allegedly they got into some kind of physical altercation, and she did what a lot of girls do, which is, I'm gonna call my brothers on you. So she called her brothers, which she called one of Kirk's older adult sons, and then she called Rashida and Kirk's son together, Kai. And the boys came, and some sort of fight ensued, and it ended up with this young man T Hood dead. And so right now the brothers are allegedly on the run. People are alleging a lot of different things. We've had recorded phone calls from the daughter and the victim's family where she basically admits that her brothers were involved. And so these boys are on the run. They're supposedly being hidden. What I've heard, somewhere in Atlanta, some safe houses or something, allegedly in Atlanta. But the police is now coming out. Yesterday they said that Kai is in fact the suspect of this murder, and then today they came out and said that they're looking at it as a possible self-defense. So they're saying that possibly the brothers came to help her move or help whatever, and supposedly the victim may have put his hands or started something with them first. Everything is under investigation, but so far there have been no arrests, but the police are looking to talk to Kai Frost. They said that he is the main suspect in the murder. So
yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, so what do you think about that, James? What do you think about the Frost family? And
I don't know what to think, because I don't know.
Those kids all of them have had a lot of incidents, throughout their lives.
Yeah.
Kelsey has been involved in multiple social media fights just from me seeing these things. And
I mean,
then,
I know that they're like, I know they have a lot of fights and little stuff like that going on all the time, which is really just, it's indicative of like the whole love and hip hop like vibe and like all of that stuff.
yeah, it's the it's the culture. It's the culture
Yeah.
of the reality shows,
Yeah.
fighting and drama and stuff. And that they have the Frost Bistro, and all the kids are employed at the Frost Bistro. And I've seen many exposés about them bullying other people, putting their hands on people, dating staff, stealing tips, stealing shifts. Whenever they bring up any problem to Kirk and Rashida, they are out on their butts because they ain't gonna fire their kids. So it's been a lot of issues, and a lot of people have always, and this is alleged just from people in Atlanta, saying that her kids have an air of entitlement.
Yeah.
Like they just were entitled, and they just thought they were untouchable by, and that's the one thing with, I definitely dealt with a kid in my family that's still untouchable.
Yeah.
And when these kids feel untouchable, when you're a parent, you really have to watch, because when these kids feel untouchable, they grow up and start committing big boy crimes. Murder is nothing to play with. And Kai, when he was younger, I don't know if you know about this, but he was actually exposed when he was younger for some different he had took some nudes when he was younger. And for lack of a better word, there was a lot of starfish nudes. If you catch my drift, it was his where the sun don't shine. It was his what Tiffany had to say, booty hole. Right.
Yeah.
He had got exposed for that when he was younger.
Okay.
And a lot of people had called him soft, they labeled him homosexual, they labeled him all these things. And in turn, he began to toughen up. He began to get into fights, get into different things. And this is all alleged. This is just alleged from things that, guys that I've heard or seen. But they said that him getting exposed at that young age and, having his sexuality questioned had really catapulted him into, maybe a toxic masculinity type of, thing where he feels like he have to be strong and he have to be the toughest guy and things like that. So it's really just such a shame that, her kids are going down this path, because I know Rashida really, tried to send them the right way. So it's really, really sad. So we'll keep you guys updated on this story. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get an arrest soon, whether he'll be, released, I think he'll be arrested, and I think we'll go through the whole court process. Now, whether he beats the charges or not, but I really think that it's going to be a longer road than what people think it's going to be.
Yeah. No, I do agree with that. I'm just eager to see kind of where it goes from here. Mm-hmm. I haven't really kept up with them, and then I haven't watched Love and Hip Hop.
Well, they've been doing better as a family and as a couple. They went on vacation and brought the side baby mama Jasmine Blue on vacation with them, and she stayed in the same household as them. So, and we've also seen Rashida's mama Charlene getting a friendship with Jasmine Blue.
Oh.
With Jasmine Blue, who is his, the side baby mom that he had that, he cheated on Rashida and then had that baby.
Remember she drove over his motorcycle?
That was the funniest thing. And not the motorcycle caught on fire too. I said, mama, don't play that. Now Rashida don't, I think people get a lot of cues from how to act to Kirk from Rashida, because Rashida really don't act up like that. But I was so glad when her mama did that, because Kirk deserved that. He ain't no good. But at the end of the day, they parents, and I'm a pray for them and their kids, because a life was lost. So rest in peace to T Hood. I know he has a family, and it's a lot of people looking for justice. So we're gonna follow this story.
Yeah, for sure. I think we're gonna cut it here, because we got
9 o'clock.
Yeah, next up 9 o'clock we got Nathan Piercy, international photographer. So hopefully you guys will be tuned in for that, because that's gonna be a great conversation. Thank you again to Nefertiti Avani for coming onto the platform. As you guys may have heard already, we are going to do a magazine cover for her, so that'll be coming out this weekend. So that's pretty cool. I'm glad that she did come on, and Make sure that you guys follow her across all social media platforms at Nefertiti Avani. You got any final words, Kat, before we
head out? So make sure you guys follow me on all platforms at Cat Queen. I will be posting how you can get tickets to the Embrace Your Curves fashion show, the For the Street streetwear fashion show. I will be walking in that show as a model. And then we also will be posting tickets for the Who's Who in Black Cleveland. So if you guys are want to celebrate with us, you'll be able to catch your tickets then. And then next Friday, I will be hosting. You guys have asked. You have asked, and you shall receive.
You got a comedy show coming up too.
Yes. Also, I definitely have a open mic night on Mondays at the Grog Shop. I will be doing a comedy show at their next show that they do, and then next Friday I will be co-hosting with Nazy Nay Wine and R&B at Space 65. So please follow my social media. I will be posting how to get these tickets. Listen, you are not going to want to miss the event. Last time I had the place shaking, so I'm telling you, Wine and R&B is the place to be. And if you buy your ticket, you not only get all these performances, you get to party with me, you get free wine, and a lot of times they do have shots as well all night. So it's the perfect event. You can come chill with me, nice and safe, and you can sip and sing with your girl. So that's
Send me a picture for your flyer for send me a picture for your flyer for the comedy show, because you know I gotta do a flyer.
Okay, yeah, I will. I'm just trying to get the I have to talk to John and just get set up with the date and the time and things like that. So once I get everything set up, you guys will be the first to know.
Okay. Well, all right, y'all. We appreciate you guys for tuning in. We're going to check out of here so we can get set up for Nathan. So everybody have a good night. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure that you guys hit the website up where you can watch the replay. It is ugdpodcastingandradio.info. You can also check out our new website, which kind of has all of the stuff that we're doing up under there. It is www.itsthejspot.online. So you can hit that website and you can find all about us, all about the network, all about the magazine, and everything else that we have going on. So until next time, you guys have a good night, and we are checking out of here.